Are there AI sources or methods slash prompts you recommend to support predictive analytics of data? What sources are best for data analysis? In parentheses, anything outside of ChatGPT?
I mean, I've done a lot with Claude on large language models. So in terms of um, Claude has a code called this 3.7 Sonnet is one of the latest models that have been put out by Anthropic. And in terms of like being able to use it for predictive modeling in terms of like large language models. So in other words, I give you a document, let's say I give it like a list of MSDS data sheets, and I want material safety data sheets, and I want it to put some sort of like summary together about the environmental factors for this particular chemical. Claude is really good at that. I think like from a generalist perspective, like, okay, let's say we use Claude for, like you're talking about predictive analytics, train speed. So I'm going to upload this and I'm going to say, oh, that conversation is over the length limit, smaller excerpts. This is something you'll run into sometimes with the free stuff is that it only lets you have so many lines.
Yeah.
If you'll bear with me, I can do a couple of things. We can either go back to ChatGPT or I can make the data set smaller. Let's see here. I really think it depends on what kind of predictive modeling that you're doing. If you're doing something like, let's say I've used ChatGPT to do just some basic what are called like classifier models. So if you think about like random forest, like, even like XGBoost, like things like that, where you're just trying to get like some sort of tree-based predictive model, ChatGPT will write your Python code to do that. Well, let me see if we can. This is probably not going to be a great model because I'm cutting this off to like 100, like 1,000 records to make it fit into what needs to be. But okay, so if I do like train speeds short, okay, it like still, that's interesting.
So this is the free version.
This is the free version, yeah. But I think we'll be able to do it with Chat GPT. So some of these things like that, like, but even with Claude, if I say, can you help me create a model from this data that predicts rail speed for grain based on month of year and operator. It's not going to let me do it because of this thing, but what I'm going to do here, and you can do this too. I'm just going to create a sample of this data and copy and paste it in there. You guys are getting some real sausage making stuff here right now. So thanks for appearing with me. But here is a sample of data. And then, basically, okay, it's going to use React, right, instead of Python. You could tell it to use Python specifically, but it's basically going to say, okay, if I'm using React to do this, I'm going to create, it's basically taking the CSV data as an example, but it's going to show you the code, right, that it's going to use to create a predictive model.